okay.
I don't know why. I can't figure out why.
Gremlins. That's what I said.
There you go.
Here we go.
EGM Network.
Treasure Coast Connector. Connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. This episode is partially sponsored by Libby Weissman and her team at SeniorTransitionNavigator.com and LuxuryHomesOfTheTreasureCoast.com. Libby works with seniors, helping them make decisions to live their best lives in their golden years. The services that she offers, there's a lot of them: downsizing, decluttering, packing, moving, relocation, real estate sales, and more. For a free consultation, give Libby a call, 772-783-2800, or visit SeniorTransitionNavigator.com and LuxuryHomesOfTheTreasureCoast.com. Okay, so now coming up with a business idea, bringing it to the marketplace and seeing it to fruition, having your vision grow, that is what drives entrepreneurs. Taking that leap of faith is scary and exciting, but not for the three women that are here in this studio today. They are successful business owners, entrepreneurs, and I have Debra Ames. She is a family services counselor with Dignity Memorial, Hillcrest Memorial Gardens, and she's the owner of iSnap Photobooth. And because she doesn't have enough to do, she is a board member and practically runs the Polish American Club of St. Lucie County. And we have Tammy Crandell, realtor with LYNQ Real Estate, the owner of Journaventure Travel and Tours. Carmen Luca is the director of private care with the VNA of the Treasure Coast and a long-standing entrepreneur. We have lots of great stories to talk about. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you for
Ellen.
being here.
Yay, I'm glad to have you back again. Tammy, you've been on the show a bazillion times.
Yes, I'm a standing staple.
Yeah, and you two ladies are working on that, close on her heels. So what I'd like to do, I'm going to start, only because you're the closest to me, I'm going to have each of you talk about what you do and how you help your clients. So go.
All right. Well, again, Tammy Crandell with Journaventure Travel and Tours. So I have a travel agency since 2012. I'm also a realtor with LYNQ Real Estate. And basically what I do is, I help people put together getaways that are tailored to them. And then I help them, find a home that they return to. For those things. But on top of that, it doesn't just stop there, because I'm building a team. I'm building a team of people who can do the same thing that I do.
You're empowering others to success. I love it so much.
It thrives.
Yes, and Carmen.
So thank you for inviting me once
Yeah.
again. It's definitely an honor to be around business-minded women.
Yes.
So I'm the director of private care at VNA for the last 2 years. And I have to tell you that day in and day out, we serve as an agency over 700 clients a day.
Wow.
Private care has right now 170. And my goal is to continue to grow it and serve as many as we can, because the need is there, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Debra.
Hi. Good to be back with you ladies.
Yeah.
I'm a family service counselor with Hillcrest Memorial Gardens and Acock Funeral Homes. We're a dignity provider, so our company has service locations throughout Canada, United States, and Puerto Rico. I help people with pre-arrangements. I help people at the time of passing with cemetery arrangements. And on the side, I have iSnap Photobooth experiences that we do a lot of events, capturing moments.
Yeah.
Kind of do that.
You help people amp up the party, and it's a very unique photo booth, because People are not enclosed. They're out in the open. Everybody can see the
Yeah,
shenanigans.
we're looking at you. There's no privacy.
Yeah, and it's super fun. And then the Polish American Club, you are the Grand Poobah. I'm just giving you titles because I can, right? But you are instrumental in growing the membership. Do people have to be Polish to be a member?
No, they don't.
Do they have to like kielbasa? They should really.
They should try
it. Would be
it.
nice.
Everyone should try it. But,
okay. Okay. So I'm going to switch it up and I'm going to ask you, Carmen, what inspired you and drove you to entrepreneurship?
That's a very interesting question. I feel like it came down from my father, actually. He was very entrepreneurial. I was born and grew up in Romania, communist country.
Yeah.
And right after our revolution, my dad was entrepreneur one in our county. So he got the first license to start a business.
Wow. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So for the next 15 to 20 years, we did it together. He inspired me. So I can tell you that I have over 35 years of experience as an entrepreneur in Romania. And after I came here, where I didn't think I can do it, I came without speaking the language. I came in a new country. I embraced the culture first. I learned the language. And my spirit went on with all kinds of entrepreneurial activities for myself, for others. And always I went somewhere where they were impressed with my
fortuitiveness, yes, your abilities,
because it's something that you cannot teach anyone.
Yeah, you have that natural drive.
Yes, and intuition, and it seems like I'm always on the spot and always doing great decisions for the companies or for myself.
Right. Well, that's because the three of you care about others first, and then everything falls into place thereafter. And how about you? What drove you to entrepreneurship?
You know, it's so funny that you brought up your dad, because my dad is what I have listed.
Yeah.
And he really was a driver for me, not only from a wanderlust perspective, but he was had this insatiable thirst for learning, continually learning new things and growing himself and others around him, and always encouraged that of us as children as well. So, you know, I was working very young because of that, and just continued in that mindset. So those are the things that really drive me. I have this insatiable thirst for knowledge. And part of that is so I can always get better, be better, provide better service for the clients that I serve.
And you just have this gentle, soothing way, which is amazing for the work that you do at Dignity Memorial, but also to help people with parties. You're also about the fun. You're a fun gal. So what drives you to entrepreneurial?
So I've got to go back to my roots with my family. My dad was a local musician. My mom always had us in dancing school. We were in scouts, always going to like different nursing homes and things, celebrating with others. We always took pictures, millimeters, you know, the memories, 8mm.
Oh my gosh, right?
You know, and we've lived on the Treasure Coast since 1976. So it's always been helping people and doing things together, community, all kind of things.
Yeah, my parents had an engine remanufacturing company. So I did go into the corporate world, but I was in sales and marketing for a long time. So that lends itself to being like to take ownership of the work that you're doing. So now I've broken free from corporate, and which is fine for me. Some people love it, but for me, no, not so much. Now we're going to talk about fear. That's a 4-letter word.
Yes, it
but
is.
The FCC doesn't ban it, so I can say fear without getting in trouble. And that holds people back. So was there anything about fear that you faced at some point in your career, and or in the work that you do, and how did you overcome that?
That's a pretty good question. With fear, you know, I do come out and talk to people pretty confidently, but my insides are always like,
I'm sorry, what was that again? Yeah.
But, there's always like new things, like switching over to technology, when I was a paper pusher, and, you talked a little bit about sales and things. I thought my whole life I was never in sales, but sales is in every aspect of your life. Making your children do what's the right thing is sales, everything is sales. But the way technology's been changing, virtual reality and things, could I do that? Could I set up software to do a background that matched the party theme? Different things.
You're like, of course I can.
Okay.
So it's a leap of faith. And how about you? What kind of fear did you have to smack upside the head?
For me, it really was just a very simple fear of failure. And we always talk about how fear is that four-letter word, that acronym of, false evidence appearing real. And it's really just our mind playing games with us, right? So, so I broke down and I got a business coach. A life coach. I did.
Yeah, you talked about that. You're investing in yourself, girl. That's awesome.
I invest in myself all the time because I feel an investment in myself is an investment in my clients and in my business. I was taught a lot of great things like, what's my value? How do I determine what my value is? Those are things that I didn't think about before. So, understanding that really changed things. I worked with someone who's in the business that I'm in for travel. And, she's technically a competitor, but she has done some training with her 30 years of experience. And it's been great because, she changes that mindset that you have. And, as an owner, you got to look at profit versus commissions. You're no longer the person who's just earning the dollars. You're in charge now. So, so that really helps me grow immensely. So I utilize all those things consistently, always changing.
I love that. So communism is a scary thing. So I say that you beat that fair and square. So no, don't mess with Carmen. That's all I have to say. Do not mess with Carmen. So before we go to commercial break, what fear did you punch in the nose?
So living in the communism, you didn't know what's outside. So I didn't have a fear. However, truth is, when I moved here, I didn't speak the language. I didn't know the culture. Two things I knew. I was told, you'd never speak politics or religion, period. I was a nurse in Romania. So I came here saying, I cannot do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to. However, my immigration lawyer said, you have to stay in the medical field. You are smart. You can do it. When I didn't understand anything he was saying, just, Yeah. So it was the best advice he gave me. And exactly as you said, I'm always aware of what I know, but I'm very hungry of learning. And I feel like every single day I'm challenging myself, even if I feel sometimes I don't want to do that. I'm afraid to do. Should I? Am I going to be judged? Things like this. But I still do it. And I have a great support at home and at work.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Yes.
And I've dealt with that in my sales career, and I have sometimes delayed doing something because of fear, and then when I finally just did it, and then I overcame it, I'm like, why was I so afraid?
Right, yeah.
So if you're afraid of starting a business, don't be. We're going to talk more about this. We have to take a break, Cindy. Let's take a break. We have a lot more to discuss. And if you want the contact information for these lovely ladies, just stick around. You'll find out after the break.
Hi, I'm Ryan, owner of Treasure Coast Tree and Land Services. When it comes to your property, there's a difference between some guy with a chainsaw and a certified arborist. Don't take chances with your property. Make sure your tree company is certified, licensed, and insured. Call the professionals, Treasure Coast Tree and Land Services. If you're in the IRC, call Treasure Coast Trees.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
Finding the right home loan should feel like the last piece of a puzzle. Here in Vero, one name stands out for experience you can trust. Gina Melton at Riverside Mortgage Solutions.
With over 16 years of local expertise, I'm not just a loan originator, I'm your neighbor. Don't settle for an out-of-town lender. Talk to me at 772-205-8880. Call me, Gina Melton, with Riverside Mortgage Solutions.
Riverside Mortgage Solutions is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1712816 and NMLS 877888.
Welcome to Riverside Theater's Comedy Zone, where the comedy is wild, untamed, and downright hilarious. Hit the zone this Friday and Saturday night at 6:30 and 8:30 for the Treasure Coast's best live stand-up comedy show, featuring nationally recognized comedians with cabaret-style seating and food and drink table service. Buy tickets at riversidetheater.com and get ready for a night of non-stop laughs.
Welcome back to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. I have Debra Ames, iSnap Photobooth, and Dignity Memorial, Hillcrest Memorial Gardens, Carmen Luca, VNA of the Treasure Coast, and then we have Tammy Crandell, LYNQ Real Estate, and Journaventure Travel and Tours. And I'm Ellen Contreras, Treasure Coast Connector. My goodness. So let's give your contact information for those that are listening, podcast and iHeartRadio. How do they get in touch with you, Tammy?
Best way to reach me is to call me at 772-882-3165. That's my business number.
Right.
Business line, extension 700. Or they could certainly email me as well, tcrandell, TCRANDELL, at journaventuretravel.com.
Okay, very good. Carmen?
So the easiest to reach the whole VNA and through there, it's anyone, including myself. It's 772-561-5551. However, with any questions and any inquiries for help, they can email me at cluca@vnatc.com.
And then so it's CLUCA at vnatc.com.
Yes.
Very good. Okay. And Debra?
The cell phone is the best. Text or call. It's 386-566-1515. Also have a website, iSnapPhotobooth.com.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we hear about present you, future you. So what could present you do today to help future you? We hear this question. So what would you do today to help future you, Tammy?
I am a very busy lady. So I'm always critiquing. So I've got to do a better job of having a good task list and check off. And it's not because I forget things. It's because I need to stay on task. That's the whole point of a task list, right? Yep. Yeah. So I would say be more attentive to that.
I agree, because I'm squirrel girl.
Me too.
Definitely.
Sparkly squirrel girl.
Yeah. So how about you, Carmen?
So I feel, and I was told, that it would be nice for me to listen more and think, and after take action. You know, I tend to, my brain, I hear a sentence and my brain goes a million directions. I feel like sometimes we have to ground ourselves, listen the whole story, sometimes 2 sides of the story.
Sure.
And take action on that. Also, I strive every day, as I told you, to learn something, to make sure that I'm up to date with technology, with services, with clients' needs. So I feel like actually I'm almost 24/7 on call on the phone to serve our clients deeply when they need it, how they need it. And also our caregivers in the field. If you think about our caregivers are home alone with the clients. So sometimes we have situations where they need our help and support. And I made a statement when I took this position that I will try my best to be there for them. And I think I'm successful.
I love that. And how about you, Debra? Today, to help future you.
I kind of just keep being aware of surroundings. Listening is key. You're listening to people you're meeting and the different situations that come across your daily lives. I try to encourage my grandchildren to think about, is what you're doing right now going to help you tomorrow? Always building and thinking about forward and future plans.
Yeah, no, that is very true. So future plans, we are halfway through the year. How did that happen? Because
we blinked.
Honestly, we blinked and it's halfway through. So what are some exciting things that you're looking forward to with the work that you do?
Well, one, growing my team. I've got a team of 6 travel consultants,
Nice. Wow.
which is great. And they're all at different levels.
Okay.
So getting them up to speed. We're in the process of updating systems. So that's going to be quite an overhaul. But the most fun part of what we do is we've got groups arranged in the fall and the winter. So, just paying special attention to those groups, growing those groups to a size that's fun for the people who are going, and then being a part of that.
I love that. What's happening at the VNA? There's always something amazing. Yeah.
Yes. So I definitely look forward to grow my team because I'm trying to serve our clients better with skilled services. This means to hire more registered nurses.
Okay.
Also, soon we will deploy a new program called Get Up and Tuck In.
Oh.
This means 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, because we have clients that need that push to get for the day or just tuck them in the bed. And I don't want them to feel obliged to buy because our minimum is 4 hours.
Okay.
So the need is 2 hours. So as we speak, we are working on this program. And as I discussed last time, this guide program supported by Medicare, yes, Medicare, it's $2,500 for any family member as a respite for any clients that have dementia or cognitive decline. Yeah. I feel like people don't know about this program. They don't take advantage of them. So starting July 1st, the new series of $2,500 actually came in, and I'm working diligently to show them, to enroll them and help them because it's a process. Medicare doesn't give it to you easy.
Sure. Right.
So it's a lot of paperwork and consultations and all that stuff. But I have the processes in place. VNA can support them from A to Z, including the hours in the home.
Yep. I love that. And how about you? What's exciting?
So we're increasing some events and activities at the Polish American Club. Our membership, we're growing new members, different activities, dancing, could be country dancing. Next event's going to be an 80s party. Yep. If you can come out to, on Facebook, we have Polish American Club, Port St. Lucie for different events coming out. We just had a comedy show.
Yeah, the comedy show was fun. I've been to a bunch of events. The food is good. So that's a wonderful thing. And so Cindy's going to make us stop talking. So phone number really quick for you again, Tammy.
772-882-3165.
Very good. Carmen.
772-561-5551.
386-566-1515.
Very good. And Ellen Contreras, Treasure Coast Connector, 772-925-4557, because I love helping people figure out their next steps. And I really want to encourage, first I want to say thank you, ladies, very much for being here, because the people that are listening and watching, you never know where they're at. Some of them want to step out and do their own thing. And, you know, you guys don't look bedraggled. You look pretty happy sitting here. So you're successful. I'd love to see other, you know, women especially just get over their fear and step out into what they want to do, and for other businesses to scale. And yeah, I'm looking at the time. We're out of time. So I'm going to look at the camera and say, I'm Ellen Contreras, host of Treasure Coast Connector. Until next week, I miss you already.